Hey guys, it's Courtney with Sweet Magnolia Doodles, and if you're new here to our channel, I'm Courtney. This is my husband John, and we're gonna show you Ember's birth story. So it's not my typical vlog. You guys will see Ember delivering puppies, but I was not here. My day kind of went completely sideways, not as planned, and John took over, and he was a little scared, not gonna lie. So he's gonna tell you how his side of the things went after you guys see these birth videos.
Good girl. Girl, this is a giant baby. Oh my goodness, Ember. Yep, keep going, Mama. Keep going.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all.
Good girl. Good girl. Hold on it. Oh, don't pull. Don't pull. No. All right.
So backstory, I left that morning to take Forrest for stud, and Ember had no signs. She wasn't doing anything. She wasn't panting. She wasn't acting crazy. I mean, she literally nothing. And it's not like they act crazy, but you can typically see those signs leading up to it with all of our other moms. They all do that. And I would say the only thing that I noticed was that she didn't want to eat her breakfast, which the last few days she had not really been wanting to eat a lot. So I left, and I'm like, I thought, I was like, well, I'll just send him. And he's like, no, you should be fine. You go. That's what he said for me to go. That did not turn out so well. So, but he was like, I got it covered. He had to go to work. And I am like, well, I'll only be gone for a little while. And I took myself and Magnolia, and we went, and I'll be gone for like half a day. So it was 4 something. He had called me, and he was joking. He's like, oh, she's having puppies. And he was kidding. And I'm like, don't joke like that. You know, like, I let me get at least headed back. And so then I think you called me again, like maybe an hour later, and you checked on her. You said she was fine, like she wasn't doing anything. And then you let her outside and you put her back up. And then it was 40 minutes later is when you called me.
Yeah, I took her outside, and we were blowing some leaves because we got a lot of leaves here, and the boys were home and they wanted to do some yard work, so we were cleaning up outside, and I let the dogs out, so they're in their run, and we were working right by them so we could watch them, and they were acting fine. And then Duke started barking at the neighbors, so I put him back up and went back outside, cleaned up a little bit. 20 minutes, half an hour passed, and one of the things I was cleaning up outside had to come into the dog area. So I came in, and as I walked past the dog area here with Ember, she was licking a puppy that was still in a sack. So I freaked out and I ran in there, and so I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any towels or anything, so I opened the window here in the garage, yelled for Lucas to come help me, ran inside, got towels out of the whelping cart, came back.
Well, he called me.
Well, I called you freaking
Yeah.
out.
So like he called me, and
That was, yeah, while I was doing
I
that.
mean, like total panic, freaking out. I mean,
So,
I was freaking out now because I'm not there, and I'm like very OCD,
yeah.
very hands-on, and I'm like walking him through. I'm like, well, the whelping cart's here, all the stuff, all the towels, all the suctions. Like I have it all prepared. Go get it. But he's not. Like we've only ever delivered goats together. He's never
I've
delivered
seen you
puppies.
deliver dogs, so.
Yeah, but like it's just different when you're doing it versus watching it, I would say.
So anyways, called Lucas in to come help me, got towels, came back out. She had got the sack cleaned off the one, and I went to go pick it up, and she spun around and another puppy came out. So I picked that puppy up.
Well, you guys,
Oh,
so, and I think like one of the worst parts of breeding is like when you realize obviously you made an error. I shouldn't have left that day. I should have just stayed here. And like he's, been upset with himself. I've been upset, but it was probably like our biggest mistake that we've made with breeding dogs so far. Is what it appears to be is that the first puppy that she went to pass, she like reached around to grab it. And when she did, it put a puncture mark behind the puppy's ear and on the jaw. And unfortunately, the puppy did not make it. And he found that puppy.
Well, there was 3 puppies.
Yeah, there was 3 puppies total.
Just me
So
and
the
Lucas.
first puppy and then the 2 puppies came out, and this is all within a 40-minute span. So that he left
When I
her.
last saw it.
But once he come in, those 2 puppies were being born and just born when he walked in. That was in a matter of minutes. I think I was on the phone maybe 2 minutes, and that happened back to back. And the first puppy, like I said, was already gone, and there was nothing that we could have done. So that was a really hard. I mean, that's a hard part and a hard reality of breeding, that you can't plan everything. You can't foresee those types of things happening. And I overanalyzed and beat myself up about it because I'm like, what could I have done? But I don't know that I could have done anything different. And that was the outcome, and it's unfortunate. And she was absolutely beautiful. She looked just like Ember. And it's just a sad reality of it. So I was on the phone with him, and I hung up. I hung up, and I called a friend of mine, Sarah. You guys have seen her in the past ultrasound videos. She lives local to me. She used to breed golden retrievers. And I called her, and I was like, you have to get to my house. Like, oh my gosh, are you home? Can you please come to my house? And so she's like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So she got here.
Stayed here. I went and got the whelping cart from where Shaw was at, brought it out here. We got dental floss and tied off the umbilical cords. And we cut the umbilical cords and we weighed the first two. Yeah, we weighed the first two, and then that's when Sarah got here.
And Sarah got here, and you guys seen, you know, the births. Other than the twin, that was a like crazy thing that happened when she was coming out. She was partially out, like the placenta came first,
Placenta came out,
and then she was
just her nose,
just the nose, and like Sarah was trying to get her. And I like, if you've never birthed a puppy, they're slippery. I mean, and when they're contracting, sometimes if they're contracting and they're just not at the quite right position, they'll go back, like backwards. And at that point, once her nose hits oxygen,
it tried to breathe, but it couldn't.
She was trying to breathe, but she's full of fluid. Once she hits oxygen, if she goes back inside, it's not, you know, it's not going to make it. So at that point, he laid the camera down, and they, like Sarah, he said, put like her fingers behind the head of the puppy. And then when she contracted, she was able to pull her out, thankfully.
No, it took a while.
Yeah,
we
it took a
stood
while.
her up.
Stood her up. Yeah.
We had to stand her
Yeah,
up.
it took a minute, and then they
and
stood
then
her up.
It wasn't.
Yeah, and she was
lifeless when it came out.
full of fluid, very lifeless. And thankfully to Sarah, for sectioning her and just working with her, she's fine. So she pulled through that, and that was amazing. And then the last puppy, this is just my life. Like, this is literally how my life goes. I was hoping to see like one be born, and I was like almost here. Literally on my road, she delivered the last puppy. So I missed it, all of it. And I like cringed that I missed all of it. And like the puppy passed away, and like just all that stuff. It's so bothersome to me. But I'm thankful that he was here, because if he wasn't here, it would have been a lot worse. Now I know that I will not leave my mom dogs at all. So a tough lesson learned. And maybe it's just, you know, her because she's first time mom. I don't think that would have been the case with Abby. But Ember is a first time mom. And now I'll show you guys in here, towards like, now that it's the end of the video, I'll show you guys, she's been amazing. Like since she's had that first puppy, and I think it just scared her. But since she's had the puppies, like she is one of, I would say, my most motherly dogs. Her and Abby are very similar, but like Abby will get up and leave the puppies, go to the bathroom, and then like rush right back to him. Like Ember, I'm like having to drag her outside. Like she's very about her babies, wants to be with her babies. She's nursing them great. She keeps them literally spotless clean. They're gaining weight. They're probably the chunkiest puppies I've ever had by far. So they're doing very, very well. And I will show you guys now, like her little area that the puppies are in and where they're at. And I kind of made this like a maternity suite. So you can go through the curtains, and the curtains can like move, but you go through here. She has her own little thing. It's perfect because then like it's kind of secluded. Hi, sweetie. You're being a good girl. Yes, you are. So these are her babies. Hi, there's your light. You're so sweet. Good girl. She had her bath today. Yeah, baby. Look how stinking fat. They are so fat. Oh my gosh. So cute. Oh, baby. Oh. Hi. Hi, sweetie. What are you doing? Staying with your So that's it for Ember's birth story vlog. It wasn't quite what we hoped for, but it's best case scenario. All the puppies are here now, and they're healthy, and she has 5 girls and 3 boys, and she's doing so good with them. They're getting ready to nurse. Huh. Yeah. Look at this little fatty. Oh my goodness. So if you guys like what you see, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.